Okay, so you're a real estate agent and maybe you've heard the phrase SWOT analysis before, but you're not really sure if it matters. Is it just one of those things that people tell you to do and then how to do it? And so we're going to break down in this quick video what a SWOT analysis is, why it is important for a real estate agent to do, and how you can do it on a napkin if you wanted to. So SWOT analysis is very simple, a way of assessing what plans you need to make in the future based on a couple credentials. And so we're going to start with just a cross here into 4 quadrants. The SWOT analysis is S, W, O, and T. So SWOT, strength and weaknesses, this is about you. Opportunities and threats are things outside of yourself that you have no control over. So outside influences being interest rates, a booming economy, the development of a community, restrictions imposed on litigation or legislation, all those are outside threats. You as an entity, as a business or a team for that matter, if you're a team leader. And so we start with the one that most people typically have the easiest time coming up with is a self-critique, a weakness. So weakness may be, I don't feel like I am tech savvy. I hear that all the time for agents. And I don't feel like I'm tech savvy. I don't like doing videos, even though I know that they're important. My weakness is that I am new and I don't have the experience that I need. And maybe I don't have the money that I need as a new agent or even an experienced agent or team who's looking to develop in other things. Maybe you don't have money for, we'll say, marketing. All right, and so we tend to do our own self-critique of what our weaknesses of us. And maybe you're impatient. I can definitely understand being impatient. And then we look at our strengths. And so perhaps I'm a good negotiator. Maybe I'm detail-oriented. Maybe and I'm going to put over here in weakness, disorganized. These two things can exist at the same time. And so you could be detail-oriented, but not feel like you have systems and tools in place and that maybe you're working against yourself here. And so strengths could also be that I'm friendly, and then I have a big sphere of influence that maybe I just haven't capitalized on yet. So then opportunities and threats are going to be a lot of development in my marketplace. It could be that there are a decreasing number of agents and competitors in my area. The opportunity could be that the economy is doing well. Is on the upswing. That's very aspirational. We'll see. All right, threats. Threats could be the concern about a declining economy. Threats could be the emergence of AI. It could be the emergence of litigation and regulatory changes that you have no control over. And a threat could be decrease in compensation or commissions. Okay, now we're going to start here looking at, I'm going to start first with AI. The question is it really a threat externally or is it a threat internally? And it could be both things, but I'm going to say, look, the artificial intelligence can significantly equip you with doing things that you could not do before, the different skill sets that you did not have, and doing it at a much less expensive rate than hiring a personal assistant. And so when we look over here and we look at our strengths and our weaknesses, if one of our weaknesses is market money, then AI and social media become the answer, all right? And it's something that I'm going to look at and go, okay, I'm going to start with my weaknesses first. I'm not tech savvy. Well, then I need to get educated. I don't like doing video. Then I need to find an alternative way to engage my audience. And it may be handwritten notes or newsletters. It needs to be something else. But I take each one of these things and say, how do I address or neutralize my own weaknesses, and how do I maximize and how do I capitalize on my strengths? So I'm friendly with a good SOI. That's a great start. But if my weakness is I don't know how to engage them, I start to build a plan for myself of what comes next to address those issues. If I look at opportunities being that there is large developments going on in my community, that we're in a growth pattern in my marketplace, and there's more homes being built than ever before, more homes typically means more affordability when there's lots of competition. And so I can look at that and go, all right, so if there's more opportunities here in development, what am I going to do about it? What am I going to deploy here? Because yes, the fear of the economy may be that it's going down, but if my local community is doing well, this isn't as big as a concern. And from here, I start to look at each one of these quadrants and addressing each thing I've listed. Now, my experience is to do the SWOT analysis, I would say at least once a year, if not every 6 months, especially at the exponential rate by which change is happening in the marketplace and in our industry. I'm going to look at that and go, am I on track? Have I neutralized any things? I found someone to do video at an affordable price. I found reasonably priced or even free mechanisms to do social media marketing, typically through AI. AI may be an influence and it may be something that is equipping consumers to believe that they can do better, but I'm going to start doing marketing here against AI to say, hey, dear buyer, that's just giving you some basic information. You need somebody who is focused on you and catered to you and your family and helping you. And so I move this threat up to an opportunity, a marketing opportunity with my skills. So if I'm a good negotiator, AI is not a good negotiator. I am. So let's talk about how I can marry those things. And it starts to give you a plan. Now, one of the things I would suggest you do is under the weakness area here, the SWOT analysis under the weakness, I would be careful not to blow up that list and put everything ever that you've ever done. Like, I made a mistake and said something rude to somebody in 3rd grade. Who cares? This is about the things, 4 or 5 things that you know are at the top of your list that you need to address and move over. Weaknesses are not something we accept as business professionals. Weaknesses are something we have to address and overcome. And so that becomes that list. Negotiation, something, and strength rather, like negotiator, being a good negotiator, is something we have to capitalize on, and something that we need to make sure we are not leaving in a drawer. And so for an example, if I were looking at this agent in this area, I would say, look, if you're a really good negotiator and you're not particularly good marketer, or you're concerned about AI, I would double down on this and say, hey, look, dear sellers, you're hiring a good negotiator. Anyone can go out there and market your property for you. A 16-year-old with Canva and Zillow can get a buyer in the house. But what happens when that buyer makes an offer? I'm a negotiator who's really strong in that area. Let's go market towards that. Let's learn how to negotiate with vendors to get better pricing on market opportunities, or negotiate with ourselves to get up in the morning and do the work that needs to be done. So this SWOT analysis becomes a very easy, simple tool that you can use to become a better business person and a true entrepreneur. And I'll just end with this. If you're looking at running your own business, you need to start thinking like a CEO. CEOs are going to do SWOT analysis and deep dives into their own entity, their business, to ensure they're on the right track and making adjustments as they need to go. Employees follow directions from other people and answer to someone. A lot of agents running around here are acting like employees instead of business people. Be a business person, do a good SWOT analysis, work it into your plan. Thanks for watching.